Veteran edge rusher Dante Fowler Jr. is signing with the Seahawks on a one-year deal worth up to $5 million. The number 3 overall pick in the 2015 draft is now entering his 12th NFL season. And that addresses kind of a pretty big question Seattle had. Now, the number one question entering the draft was running back. It's why you previewed Jarian Price and a few other guys, and we talked so much about that. But we knew that with the loss of Boye Mafe, while not a starter, Seattle would need to concern themselves with some depth. So you have been watching, since news broke, Dante Fowler film, which is fantastic because I wasn't going to do it. So now I need to ask you a couple questions about Dante. Let's just start with, look.
Stacey, I've been watching film on this dude for a couple weeks.
For a couple weeks.
As soon as he was connected.
A couple weeks, but very specifically this morning. I was like, this is all we're going to do for scrap what we had planned. Let's just talk about what the Seahawks are getting. Number one question, what's he have left in the tank?
He's got some left in the tank. He's been in the game for a little bit, about a decade. And, father time is real. Unless you're playing like quarterback or offensive tackle, maybe even an old school linebacker. He's
undefeated.
Yeah, father time don't lose. He ain't never lost a game. I've never seen it.
Never.
So he has slowed down a bit, but he's still a good football player, man. He can play the 5 tech. That's wide. That's like outside of the tackle. You can widen up a bit more. 7 wide 9. He can play in the 2-point stances when you're standing up like a receiver. 3-point stance when you have your hand in the dirt. I mean, he's a tough block for running backs. If you are going to slide your protection, leave him alone, and have that running back take care of that edge, if he is blitzing, it's going to be a tough block for him. If you're trying to simulate a run too, there's situations where you slide your protection, you pull your guard to kick him out on the end. If you don't get there quick enough with that double team with the running back, it's tough. He's got that grown man strength, right? I remember when I was in my 20s, I thought I could take my dad. My dad was like in his 50s or something like that. And no, he got that grown man strength. I mean, there's something about him. My dad, I lift more weights than you. I'm numbers-wise, I'm stronger than you, but you still got me. That's who Fowler is. He takes good angles on the backside of like play action and boot. So say he's on the left side, the quarterback fakes the ball to his right and has that boot. Veteran, right? He stays patient, takes the proper angle, makes sure he's inside out so that if you are going to lose the quarterback, right, you're going to make him go over the top. You never want him to have that underneath. Underneath, not over the top. So no, he takes good angles when it comes to that. And he has a good initial pop. So when he is fresh, I did notice when my man get a little tired, you know what I'm saying? You get a little tired out there, that pop isn't there. But
look, you're 37.
You've been in the game a while. But when he drives and then makes initial contact with the tackles, you see the little head jerk. You know, when you see those tackles have to pop back a little bit, we love to see that. And he still wants to make effort plays. The ball's on the right side. He's on the right side. The ball gets to the left side. He is still sprinting and trying to make that play. He just don't have that twitch that he used to. Every now and then he will show that twitch, but consistently, it's a young man's game. This is a responsible football player. I don't expect him to come out here and get 10, 11 sacks. That would be great, but I'm not expecting that. Last year he had 20 pressures, 2 bat downs, 7 quarterback pressures, knockdowns on 359 snaps. Pretty efficient. He's not an every down type of guy, and we know on this defensive line, no one really is, maybe Leo, and even he gets a break every now and then. So you're getting a solid replacement for Boye Mafe for what he brought to the game. I think you're good.
So that's leading to my next question here, which is perfect. One of the common things I've seen from people is, oh my God, this is just DeMarcus Lawrence 2.0. How fantastic. Yet another former Cowboy. There's already that connection with Aden Dirty. In what ways is this addition similar to signing DeMarcus Lawrence? And in what ways is what Dexter's bringing you different?
DeMarcus Lawrence, similar in the fact that they're familiar with AD, right? They understand his communication style. And I'm sure he brought some things to this defense, maybe coaching points and techniques that he had in Dallas. So sometimes when you're a coach and you're talking to a player, I can just say a certain thing to one player. He knows exactly what I'm talking about because he's been around me for a while. Other players, I got to dumb it down. I got to Dr. Seuss this thing and make sure that they're good to go.
Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss that thing. Big up Dr. Seuss. But that's what they bring, some experience in this defense or the communication style with AD. He's the type of player, I assume, that AD could be like, this is what I mean. Dante, get them. I'm going to go over here and work on this side. You know, him and D-Law. Now, where they're different, D-Law is a bit younger, a bit more violent, a bit more twitch, longer than Fowler, whereas Fowler relies mostly on just his strength, and so does D-Law. But D-Law got some tricks up his sleeve, man. His hands are good. That bend is good. He looked more youthful last year than I expected. So yeah, they are the same as in the sense that you're going to be able to count on them to be where they're supposed to be. Are they going to lose battles? Yes. Every football player loses battles every game. You're not going to win every battle, but can you be where you're supposed to be? Can you align correctly and not make any gaps in this defense? And that's what I appreciate too, is sometimes when edge rushers are not disciplined, they get upfield and allow that quarterback to get underneath and get out of there. Like, you have to stay parallel to the quarterback. You can't get deeper than the quarterback. And rarely did I see Dante get deeper than the quarterback. So even if he loses that battle and that tackle has hands on him, he's still going to be in a place to where he's not going to wind a gap somewhere and allow for some free running space.
So I think people are looking at it going, look, I am not expecting that just because they signed a former number 3 overall pick that you're getting actually like a number 3 overall. You're not getting, Arvell Reese or Bailey. You're not getting a 22-year-old edge rusher here.
No.
You're getting what you're paying for, a 1-year, $5 million deal, which is less than he got from Dallas last year, to come here and provide depth. That being said, I think there are some people who are going, okay, well, what is he giving you a rookie wouldn't, and what are you missing by virtue of not drafting one of those guys? Because Seattle didn't. You can't turn back now. Happy with the class. Got a lot of good guys. But I think there are some people maybe lamenting that in a fairly deep edge class, they weren't able to add some youth to this group.
Yeah, and that's fine.
You got two 30-plus-year-olds now.
I understand that. But, okay, so they picked Jadarian Price at 32. You needed that. You picked Bud Clark in the second round. Not mad at that. Julian Neal, you needed a corner. And then Bo Stevens in the fifth round, you move up to get Bo Stevens. I think that everything that they did up to Bo Stevens was like, all right, we're satisfied with this. I think if there was an edge rusher that they really wanted, they wouldn't have gotten Bud Clark or Julian Neal. I think that that's the area that they were looking for. So I think there was some point in this draft where they felt like, okay, well, we're not going to get the young guy that we want, but there's been some conversation with this old head that we like. We got D-Law, who's been a teammate with him. AD knows how to coach him. We're good. And I feel like, yes, other teams might have spoken to to Dante Fowler, but you got your old coach and your old player over here. We know how this thing goes, all right? Collusion like a mug. You go ahead and talk to your boy on the side and tell him all the great things about Seattle. You think D-Law had nothing but great things to say about the situation here in Seattle, and he's gassed about, we can get another one, bro. You come here, we can get another one. So I think that they were fine with it. There were possibly 2 or 3 edge rushers that they thought they wanted or could get. They disappear. You shift over to a veteran. You're going to get the same, if not better, production out of him than you did out of Boye Mafe.